Hello everyone. So in this video, I will be talking about how you guys can prepare for Infosys SP interviews. Okay. So I will be explaining everything. How can you prepare? How you need to prepare the basic things? What are the things which you need to prepare? Okay. So let's start. So first of all, if I'm talking about SP or DSE interviews, okay, both are same. The preparation would be same for both the roles. Okay. I am hoping that soon you will be also getting your results. After getting the results, how you actually need to prepare for your interviews, because you will be getting very less time for the preparation. So let's talk about how to prepare for the interviews for Infosys. Okay, first of all, the main thing is analysis of the topics. Okay, so basically there are some common topics. If we talk about the common topics are: one, programming language. Okay, data structures and algorithms, object oriented programming, project related question, your CV, any technical skills which you have mentioned in your resume, and any behavior skills which you have mentioned, or some behavior questions. Okay, these are the most common topics which you need to prepare. Apart from this, there are SQL, there is DBMS, there is CS fundamentals. These kind of things you should know. Okay, apart from this, so these are the most common topics which you need to prepare. Now what kind of analysis you need to do? Actually, you need to figure out that which topic is very important to prepare, in which topic you need to give some time. And suppose if you don't know some topic, like you only have the little bit of knowledge, then in the interview you can say like, I don't know much about suppose for operating systems. Okay, but first you need to analyze like which topics you know and which topics are important. Okay, so the topics all which I have mentioned here, okay, like one, programming language, DSA, oops, project, CV, technical skills which you have mentioned in your CV, behavior questions. Also SQL is very important, DBMS is also very important. Only CS fundamentals you can little bit ignore. Apart from CS fundamentals, you cannot ignore anything. Most important thing is DSA, oops, projects, and CV. These four topics are very important, which you actually need to prepare at the priority. Second thing is read your resume. When you will be reading your resume, you will be getting an idea like what your resume speaks about you. So if a resume is projecting you as a DSA person, make sure to prepare good for DSA. If resume is projecting you as a good person who can create the projects, make sure you will focus on the projects. Okay, so what your resume is presenting you, because they will be screening your resume first, and according to your resume only they will be asking the question. So this is the most important part, that what you need to actually prepare. Okay, so for that purpose I would suggest you to go through the resume. Then skills that you mentioned, okay, whatever the skills you have mentioned in your resume, make sure to prepare that. Projects, if you have mentioned the projects, make sure you will go through the projects. Okay, now most important topic is DSA, data structures and algorithm. Why? Because as you guys have already seen in the online assessment itself, they ask total 3 coding questions from DSA. Also in the interviews, generally they ask 1 to 2 coding questions generally from DSA, but the level will be not that much difficult which you have faced in your online assessment. The level will be easy to medium. Okay, so easy to medium kind of easy to medium level of lead code you can expect in the interviews. Okay, they will be not asking much hard questions from lead code, but easy to medium. Okay, so 1 to 2 coding questions you can expect from DSA, and it's one of the most important part. No need to practice CP like questions, like competitive programming like questions you don't need to prepare. Questions from lead code actually you need to prepare, like from the lead code you can filter out 100 to 150 most important questions, and I think 150 questions would be enough to crack your interviews, because if you will practice the most common 150 questions from the important topics, then that will be fine. Okay, and standard questions, not so much hard, only the standard questions of 150 questions will be fine. Practice striver sheet for DSA. Okay, so striver sheet you can use for your DSA preparation. How to explain the problem in DSA, that please also you should read, like first how you will understand the problem, then how will you provide the brute force solution. After providing the brute force solution, how you will explain the optimization, then how you will analyze the time complexity. Okay, read all these things, okay, just for your interviews. Now coming to one more interesting part, let's see the notes. Okay, so if you want your quick preparation, you don't have much resources, you can purchase the notes also. I will just share you the notes link in the description. So if you guys can see here, this is the crack interview notes, in which first you will be getting uh, oops. Okay, oops you will be getting here. So oops notes you can see here. So all the programming languages are mentioned here, which you can use for your preparation of oops. Then programming notes you will be getting, like for C++, Java, Python notes, everything is available. STL and collection framework notes, HR question, like all the behavior question are mentioned here in the HR questions. Okay, all the notes you will be getting, each and every question is ready here. You don't need to search on chat GPT or Google. Everything is mentioned here in the notes. Okay, then DSA theory. Okay, if you want to prepare the theory things for DSA, it is also available. Then project based questions are available, like how you can prepare for the project based questions. Then CS fundamentals like DBMS, operating systems, networking concepts, everything is available. SQL queries. Okay, top 60 questions from SQL queries with solution. Computer science notes are available for computer science general, HTML, CSS, MVC, and REST API. Then coding sheets are available, which you can use, like coding sheet link and coding sheet for hard interviews. So you will use the coding sheet for hard interviews, because I categorize the Infosys interview as a hard interview. Then pseudocode and candidate interview experience sheet. So everything you will be getting in the notes. You can use these notes for the quick preparation if you want to prepare for each and every subject. Now talking about the next slide, which is programming language. So in the programming language, what you need to prepare is, don't focus too much on programming language. Just give 2 to 3 hours. Okay, 2 to 3 hours. And if you are purchasing the notes, then it would be very easy for you. Just read the 30-40 questions, important questions from the programming language. Okay, the basic syntax you should aware of, and the basic programming features, whatever the programming language you are preparing, C++, Java, Python, you should know. Then talking about oops, so definition and example. Still, if you are purchasing the notes, it would be a very easy part for you. What you need to prepare is just 30-40 questions from oops, the most important questions, or 20 questions would be fine. So definition of each concept and example, these two things you need to prepare. Like for example, if you are reading about constructor, okay, so just read what is the constructor and what is the example. Okay, example and definition, but these two things you need to prepare in oops. Okay, now coming to the next part, which is projects. So read your project first. Okay, so what you need to do is, whatever the project you have mentioned, read the project thoroughly. Advantages of the technologies, this is also one important part. Whatever the technologies you have mentioned in your project, read the advantages of the technologies. Okay, common questions from the project. Okay, whatever the common question, if you are purchasing the notes again, then many common questions are included, and question related to tech stack. Okay, so if you have mentioned some specific tech stack in the project, make sure to read the tech stack thoroughly. Okay, make sure to read the tech stack thoroughly. This is also very important. So projects also actually you need to go through, because they can also ask you questions from project. Go through the project and read everything. Then talking about go through the CV, this is also a very important part. After this, you need to go through the CV and whatever you have mentioned in your CV, right? Like if you have mentioned some specific skills, if you have mentioned some work experience, if you have mentioned some internship, read everything. Like what you need to do is, first suppose you have mentioned some section, you have mentioned some certifications or something. Okay, so whatever you are mentioning in your CV, make sure that whatever you are preparing, okay, whatever you have mentioned, okay, make sure that you go through it. Okay, you prepare the cross questions around it. Okay, so cross questions are also very important. Make sure you are preparing the cross questions. Whatever the skills you have mentioned, whatever the work experience you have mentioned, make sure to prepare the basic notes around it. Okay, so this would be everything. Also, apart from this, I would suggest 2-3 more things which you need to read. One is behavior questions, very, very important. Behavior questions like, what are your strengths, what are your weakness, why do you want to join our company? So this kind of questions falls in the category of behavior question. Situational based question. Okay, so these everything is mentioned in the notes. Okay, so notes you will be getting each and every note for this kind of questions. Situational question like, what will you do in the situation when colleague is not working? What you will do in this situation? So these kind of questions you will be getting in the situational questions. Okay, so behavior and situational questions also you need to prepare. And SQL, make sure SQL at least practice 20 to 30 questions around SQL is important topic. And DBMS, basic theory questions about DBMS you need to read. Okay, all the best for your interviews, and thank you so much for watching this video.